use.
Did you see that phony speech she made yesterday? Donald Trump is a bad man. Donald Trump has a bad tone. We need a tough tone in this country. Hillary is very weak. I think she's pathetic. I think she should be in jail for what she did with her email.
Well, I think the speech yesterday was really an attempt to present to the American people everything that he has said, what he has proposed that he would do, which violates Republican and Democratic agreement about how to be strong in the world, how to present ourselves, how to protect our allies and our friends, how to take on our rivals where necessary. And I'm happy to put my record up against his comments, his rants, and his outright lies anytime.
But his specific criticism was, why would you accuse me of going to war when you actually brought us into a war that he criticizes as an unnecessary one?
Well, he supported it. We have evidence and audio of him supporting it. So I think that's another example of him trying to rewrite history. But I said, look, it was a mistake to vote for that. But I have a lot more experience as a senator, as Secretary of State, that I am more than happy to talk about throughout this campaign. Because when people vote, they are voting for the president, who is our commander-in-chief. And I have said, and I believe this with all my heart, he is not qualified to be commander-in-chief, either by experience, preparation, or temperament.
I mean, I watched Hillary today. It was pathetic. It was pathetic. It was so sad to watch. And, you know, she's up there and supposed to be a foreign policy speech. It was a political speech. Had nothing to do with foreign policy. When you watched her today, she does not look presidential. That I can tell you. She does not. This is not a president. 4 more years of this stuff, and I'll tell you, we're not going to have a country left, believe me. I watched Hillary's thing today, which was hard. It's like taking Sominex. To watch her is like Sominex. You ever hear of Sominex? Sleep all night. It's hard to stay awake when, I'm not a big sleeper. I think she could make more money if she made speeches and sold them for people that can't sleep. It was hard. Crooked Hillary said, we will always stand by our partners. We will never leave. We will stand by our partners. We never, ever will leave. These are great allies. She said, China is jealous of us. And she said, who else is jealous? She said, China and Russia are jealous of our relationships. They're not jealous. They think we're stupid. We give them free defense. And remember I said I was a counterpuncher? I am. After what she said about me today in her phony speech, that was a phony speech. That was a Donald Trump hit job. I will say this. Hillary Clinton has to go to jail, okay? She has to go to jail. Has to go. That was a phony hit job. She's guilty as hell. And I was against the war in Iraq. And Hillary Clinton was for it. Now she's saying, Donald Trump, do you trust him with the nukes? Let me tell you, my temperament is so much tougher and so much better than her temperament. And by the way, we need a tough temperament.
Look what he's doing now. He is personally attacking a federal judge who was born in Indiana. Last time I looked, that's part of America. Whose parents were from Mexico. But this federal judge, one of his other brothers is a lawyer, and his second brother fought in Vietnam. Now, they are a credit to our country, aren't they? So you ask yourself, what's really going on here? Well, here's the best I can figure. This judge is presiding over a trial where many of the people who were cheated by Trump University are trying to get their money back because they paid money to get what they thought would be training and information that would help them do better economically. It was nothing but a scam. It was a total con job. So, in typical Donald Trump fashion, he's trying to keep you looking at the shiny object up here, which is his constant attacks
on this federal judge, a distinguished man appointed by President Obama with a great legal record, so you don't look down here at all the scum that came out of Trump University. Now, listen. I mean, I really am just, look, I'm appalled. We can have differences in politics. You know, I've probably been criticized. You know, just conservatively, let me say a lot. But, you know, if it's about politics, hey, I don't agree with your position. Hey, we can do it a better job. That's totally fair. That's how we get to make decisions in a democracy. We are trying to elect a president, not a dictator.
By the way, Hillary Clinton is missing 30,000 emails. They've been deleted. 30,000. 30,000 emails. And remember I said I was a counterpuncher? I am. After what she said about me today in her phony speech, that was a phony speech. That was a Donald Trump hit job. I will say this. Hillary Clinton has to go to jail, okay? She has to go to jail. Has to go. That was a phony hit job. She's guilty as hell. Remember, Hillary Clinton used to hate Obama. She used to hate him. Bill Clinton hated him. Bill Clinton hated him. He called Bill Clinton a racist. Do you remember that? Bill Clinton hated him. And Hillary Clinton hated Obama. Now it's, yes, sir, Mr. President, sir. Yes, sir. What would you like? What would you like me to say here, sir? The only reason she's behaving like this, and the only reason she's been dragged so far left, believe me, is she doesn't want to go to jail over the emails, okay? Believe me, that's the only reason. One simple reason.
Donald Trump's ideas aren't just different. They are dangerously incoherent. They're not even really ideas, just a series of bizarre rants, personal feuds, and outright lies. He is not just unprepared. He is temperamentally unfit to hold an office that requires knowledge, stability, and immense responsibility. This is not someone who should ever have the nuclear codes, because it's not hard to imagine Donald Trump leading us into a war just because somebody got under his very thin skin.
Donald Trump returning fire at Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton is unfit to lead our country, certainly at this time. I think she's unfit. She doesn't have what it takes. You're going to go through 4 more years. I call her Obama light.
Do you think that Donald Trump is qualified to be president?
No, I do not. And I think in this past week, whether it's attacking Great Britain, praising the leader of North Korea, a despotic dictator who has nuclear weapons, whether it is saying pull out of NATO, let other countries have nuclear weapons, the kinds of positions he is stating and the consequences of those positions, and even the consequences of his statements are not just offensive to people, they are potentially dangerous.
How so?
Well, as I mentioned...
Politicians talk, Madam Secretary. They say things, but then once they get in office, people believe nothing will be that different.
Well, when you run for President of the United States, the entire world is listening and watching. So when you say, we're going to bar all Muslims, you are sending a message to the Muslim world. And you're also sending a message to the terrorists, because we now do have evidence. We have seen how Donald Trump is being used to essentially be a recruiter for more people to join the cause of terrorism. So I think if you go through many of his irresponsible, reckless, dangerous comments, it's not just somebody saying something off the cuff. We all misstate things. We all, may not be as careful in phrasing what we say. This is a pattern. It's a pattern that has gone on now for months.